Okay. I will give a short introduction, and then after that, you can just ask questions or share anything. Please feel free. Still people are coming. So this is all there is. This is all there is, meaning there is nothing separate from this, nothing separate, nothing as separate awareness or consciousness outside of this, or a center inside of it, inside of this. This, I mean, having this meeting, coming to this meeting, listening, speaking, having conversation. This is all there is, and there is nothing separate from this. This meeting is seemingly happening, and there's nothing separate, nothing else from this, from sitting here, listening and speaking or whatever. So what is this? I mean, this room and sitting, listening, thinking, or whatever. What is all of this? There's simply no knowing of this. There's simply no knowing of this, because there is nothing else out of this, nor anything inside as a center of this. So what is this is absolutely unknowable. So this sitting here is unknowable. Listening to this is unknowable. Talking, thinking, feeling, all is unknowable. There is no owner of thinking or sitting. So there is also no separation between sitting and listening, or sitting and feeling and thinking. Simply no separation. It's not they are separate activities and they are somehow connected to each other. And also there is no separation between the listener and listening. There's only listening, so to speak. There's only sitting here. And there isn't anyone as a center. Sitting is only sitting. There isn't someone sitting here and there's someone over there sitting there. There's only sitting. And sitting or speaking and coming to this meeting is simply unknowable. So the unknown is actually the name of everything, everything. The table, this room, is just simile. It's just simile kind of appearance. And there's no knowing of what really they are. So the unknown is the name of everything, you can say. The unknown is the name of wholeness, of freedom. Because there isn't really such a thing as wholeness. Wholeness is just what is. It's just sitting here, speaking and thinking and feeling. And that is all, because there's nothing else, nothing separate from this. And nobody can know this. Nobody. Because there isn't anyone outside of this. That there is someone separate from this. There's someone separate from sitting here, someone separate from thinking, like there's a separate thinker. This is totally an illusion. It never exists. So what is this, the unknown? Nobody can get it. The unknown isn't something like a secret, some hidden truth or some hidden wisdom. The unknown is not a thing to be discovered or to be grasped or to be attained. The unknown is this already. It's just sitting here, speaking, listening, thinking, wondering, understanding or not understanding. It's just what is happening, what is seemingly happening, like the mouth, the lips are moving, the words coming out. This is the unknown. Nobody can get it or nobody can give it away because there is just this. Nothing separate from this. And this doesn't know itself. It doesn't know whether it's good or evil, whether it's positive or negative. Simply no knowing of any of this. Also no knowing of this is this real or unreal? And this is already all there is. Utterly unknowable. And it doesn't need to know itself. It doesn't know its own existence. There is never such a thing as existence. All there is, this is the unnameable, unknowable. In this classic Tao Te Ching, this Chinese classics, at the beginning, he wrote, the nameless is the name of everything. It's also actually meaning, it also actually means that the unknown is the name of everything. The knower is a dream. Even the apparent knowing of this space, this room, this time of meeting, even this apparent knowing doesn't belong to anyone. Even this apparent knowing or this apparent sense of hunger or thirst, this is still the unknown. And this is all there is. Couldn't be shared. The unknown couldn't be shared. There's no giver, no receiver. It's just this. Effortlessly. this. Okay, this was the introduction. This more or less what I started with, and please just feel free to speak. The fly, a fly flying. This is actually quite a surprise and kind of opposite of what the seeker has been longing for. What the seeker has been longing for is like it's like a state of all-knowing, knowing everything, and this is like the opposite. Nothing is knowable. Nothing is knowable. Is the natural reality. Is this sitting here is utterly unknown. So there's absolutely not the case that there's someone here who knows more or who knows some deep truth that you haven't found yet. There's absolutely not this. There isn't anyone who knows anything. What's in the chat also? Just see. Hi Mei, can you talk a little bit more about that there is no existence? There is no existence, meaning there is nothing like a substantial reality that is something really exists. There's something, like this room here, that its body is here sitting at the table, that there is a body, there is this room, body is in this room. This body is just seemingly, just apparently, there is a body sitting here. But it's not like a reality. This is really concrete, substantially real. What there is just, can also say it's appearance. There's this room is the appearance, is what is. What is neither real nor unreal simultaneously. And this appearance, this room or this body, it's not from somewhere. It's not from some source, and then it appears from the source as something, like from some absolute source. And then there's appearance. This appearance is the absolute. It's not from any source. There's no distance. It's just directly, but is directly itself, is simultaneously nothing. So this kind of nothingness, or we can call it emptiness. Emptiness is appearing as this body, as this room, as this computer, as laptop, as table, as thought, as emotion, as here, as anything. And this appearance there's no cause. It's not because of. And there's nothing separate from this apparent appearance. So there's no knowing of this appearance. So that there is no existence is not a knowledge. You can't even know this, that there is no existence. Because it's just this, there's no separate knower of what is. So that there is no existence is unknowable as well. No existence meaning no reality. Nothing really exists. Only seemingly. And this seemingly, but to no one. However, for this individual, this room or whatever is real. It's a real existence. Like a body is a real existence. The room is a real existence. For this individual, everything is real, is a kind of reality, because this sense of me being real, this is a sense of reality, and in it projects this reality of everything it sees. So everything is real. I'm real. The room is real. Sitting here is absolutely real. But this individual, this sense of I am existing, this never happened. It's totally elusive. There isn't such a thing as individual, as existence. And this cannot be known. That's really a paradox. Exactly that who wants to know or who wants to prove that individual or me is an illusion. Exactly this is the very illusion. That there's no real existence, just simply couldn't be understood. There's only apparent existence, apparent room, apparent body, apparent speaking, meeting going on. But no one knows this. The knower is the dream. The knower is separate from this room, from this meeting. The knower is like, I'm taking part in, I'm attending this meeting. So me and meeting are two different things. While listening, coming to this meeting, listening and speaking, they are not separate. Nothing is separate. There is basically no one and other. They're neither separate nor connected. For individual, this existence is its own reality. It's the only reality it experiences. I am existing. But this is the dream reality. A dreamed reality. There's no such thing as reality. So that's why there's no experiencing it at all. Absolutely. No experiencer. There is only what is happening, like this meeting is going on, this speaking, talking, listening is apparently happening, is apparently taking place. But there's nothing separate from this, what is happening. So there's no knower, no experiencer who is experiencing or knowing what's going on, what's apparently going on is the unknown. Even if it's happening or not, it's unknowable. And that's a wonder. It's absolutely no experiencing at all. It's never, there's never an experiencer or knower. So what is seemingly happening, that it is good or bad, positive or negative, it's only real for this elusive individual. Sometimes we see it's only in the story. It is real only in the story of me. It has simply no reality. Like a flower when it's blooming, it simply has no idea of, oh, this is good, this is beautiful. It doesn't know it itself is blooming. It's just blooming without experiencing itself, without knowing itself. So that means what is seemingly happening has no meaning at all. Has no significance. This apparent meaning or significance just have no reality. Any meaning or value or significance has no reality. What is simply naked of any meaning. The what is as presented seems cold, heartless, joyless. So why not stay in the illusion of me? Or, like I said just now, I said this what an individual has been longing for is like all-knowing, all-knowing. And this is like an opposite, utter disappointment for the seeker, that what it has been longing for is the unknown. Nothing is knowable. It's not like there is something and there's someone who cannot know this, the secret or something being hidden. It is just because there's no knower. There's only what is, and nothing separate, nothing outside of what is. So from this perspective of this elusive me, which doesn't even exist, but from this elusive perspective, the unknown absolutely seems very disappointing. You know, it's like, I cannot know anything. If there is joy, I cannot enjoy it. So what's the use of it? What's the point of it? From this elusive point of view, the unknown is something which I cannot know, which I cannot experience. Of course, this is joyless and heartless, and because what is there for me if I cannot enjoy anything? I cannot have any taste of it. What's the point? But the thing is, this I, who cannot know it, or who cannot enjoy it, who cannot have any experience, this I simply doesn't exist. It never exists. Never. This message cannot serve anyone, because this message is seemingly constantly pointing to is there isn't anyone who can own any experience or know anything. There is only what is, which is unknowable. So for the seeker, this is absolutely a giant disappointment. Because it's not about revealing some, ultimate secret, a hidden secret. Someone finally being able to see it. It constantly is saying there's nobody, no one separate from this. And why not stay as me? Being me, being this me is at the same time unbearable, because this me is constantly haunted by the sense of lacking, by the sense of unfulfillment. So that's why it is seeking for fulfillment, for wholeness, which is somewhere else, something different to be experienced. What me is longing for is the freedom. It or wholeness. It can have a taste. This is utterly impossible. It's absolutely futile, because this me doesn't exist in the first place. This seeking out of the sense of unfulfillment. This sense of unfulfillment is from the separation, which is itself is an illusion. Because separation has never happened. There's never a me. There's never an individual separate from all there is. Though in this seemingly this dissolving of the person, yes, there are many energies releasing in the body. It can happen. Yes, it can. Did you also experience this when you were in the mean being phase? Yeah, in the story, there was like this kind of, there was a period like I understand what you mean. This being and mean was a bit, yeah. But the thing is, then at some point there wasn't anyone left to worry about, oh, is this me? And then is this me coming back, or me and being like someone is checking, checking if the me is coming back or not. Then this whole me being there was a yeah, so to speak, kind of phase, like a period, or kind of worrying. But the one who is worrying, is this me coming back, is still the me. But the good news is this me it cannot come back. It can never come back. Can never come back, because it's never there in the first place. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, me being, even this me is still not me. That is the good news. Even no matter how this me, and no matter how real it feels, it is just a dream. It is an illusion. So me can never mean. Even this meaning is not me. They're doing it. Even this mean is still what is. Nobody is doing that. It's not personal, even that mean. That is the unconditional freedom. That is the unconditional liberation, effortlessly liberated from me. Liberation is already the case. So the mean is emptiness. There's no real difference between me and being. But energetically, it can feel indeed, because all this grasping energy, it's trying to grasp, trying to get somewhere. This seeking energy drops together with the collapsing of me. And that seems to, energetically can appear as some relax. because there's no energy there supporting this seeking. The whole seeking just drops. A trauma, neurosis, psychosis, also just unaware of themselves, like the flower you mentioned. Yes, in a way, yes. Like trauma is just what happened, apparently, and the healing. So is the healing of trauma, and like getting sick, illness. You know, it's not personal, and the aware of themselves. Yes, but because of this illusion, this sense of me being real, automatically it claims this mind trauma, this mind condition. I have a certain condition, and that happened to me. This happened to me, and I need to do something. You know, there's this sense of ownership, claiming what happened and personalize it. What me is doing is to personalize everything. Yeah, and even this personalizing is what seemingly happens. Even this is still unpersonal. Even this is still unpersonal. Yes, it's like any emotion, anger or joy or fear. It's just what seemingly arising, and all these conditions, physical, mental conditions, all kinds of conditions, are just what apparently happened, and trying to get help of it, and trying to heal it is also what is apparently happening. And this healing of trauma from the personal, from this person's personal perspective, the healing of trauma very often, it's like the replacement of, the replacement of sense of unworthiness, being replaced by a sense of worthiness. But the healing is what apparently happens. The healing is not, in that sense, healing is not the replacement of, of this sense of unworthiness. Because this sense of unworthiness, this comes from this sense of me, sense of separation. Actually, they are, it's like one bundle. This sense of unworthiness arises together with this sense of separation. When this in this story, when this me illusion drops, collapses, what drops is also this sense of unworthiness, and it's not replaced by the sense of worthiness. They all drop together. And in that sense, there is this kind of healing. All this personal stickiness drops off altogether. Animals, they also can be traumatized. Animals. These animals, they don't have this sense of self. They don't have the sense of self that this happened to me. This is my trauma. You can see that with animals, they have also certain patterns of behavior, indicating that they have been traumatized. But only with this apparent human, we have this, we claim it. This happened to me. This is my life. That happened to me. This is my trauma. Trauma is just what happens. And as a result of it, the brain function can also, there are certain dysfunction of the brain, and that is also what apparently happens. Unpersonal. Thank you. When trauma being personalized, which is inevitable for the individual, when it's been personalized and claimed, then the trauma seems to get so. Then trauma seems to like being held. The person claims this trauma, mind trauma. It's like but being held and everlasting in a way. It's like almost like the person gives trauma. This person rooted the trauma, so it holds on to it. It holds on to it, and when this person, this individual, the sense of being individual, elusive me, so to speak, drops off. It's like the trauma can still be there, but it's like it has no root. It cannot, the trauma lose its stickiness to this person. It's almost like the person perpetuates the trauma and the reality of trauma. Thanks. And when this person, this sense of individual drops off or collapses, the whole sense of reality of trauma, and that's That's dramatic, also that dramatic sense of this trauma, this personal trauma. They all kind of lose its grip. It's like being uprooted. And the healing seemingly is taking place. It's like this trauma couldn't, when person is still there, and the person is kind of feeding the trauma all the time. You know, like being a victim and feeding by that, it feeds its own trauma all the time. But when this person is no more, the trauma could still be there, but it cannot, you know, it cannot speak to anyone. It's like it's speaking to no one. And then, in a way, the healing seems to take place. Can person with or with autism change after dropping off the person? Autism is a kind of condition. It's not autism, you know, I to be honest, it's like I don't think it's really it's kind of Afwijking. What is the name of the English? Anyway, to be honest, I have no idea, but I don't think that when it happens, so to speak, when it apparently happens, dropping of the me happens, the autism will alter it. I don't think so, because this autism has nothing to do with that there is a me. It's like it's a condition that is, some people, it's not like a required condition. It's people are born with that. It's in the brains, there's you know, like a different circuit in the brain. I don't know. I don't think it will change. Geen afwijking, but it's general. Yes, general brain function. I don't think so far that when there's no me, that this condition will change. But in a way, they kind of the traumas. It's different. Autism is not trauma. No, with traumas, they do, with research, they do find that when people, when there's healing taking place, the brain, there is changing in the circuits. There are some changes in the brain, physiological, you know. So, but autism is different so far, I think. And there's such a wide, I mean, in this autism, so many different kinds. I have no idea. Maybe some of them is, but yeah, it's the brain functions differently. Okay, yeah, I see the time is somehow. Yes, this is it. Nothing separate. There's nothing else than this. There isn't anything which is this one and other. One another doesn't exist. There's nothing separate from this. This is all there is, which is unknowable. The unknown is the natural reality, is what the seeker has been longing for. This is already all there is without knowing itself. And nobody can get into this because there isn't anyone outside of this. And this is a natural fulfillment. The unknown is a natural fulfillment. It has no sense of fulfillment and unfulfillment. And that is a natural fulfillment, natural wholeness. And nobody is outside of it, nor inside. There's only this. Thanks everyone for coming. And next Monday I will be here again. Hope to see you. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Recording.